and it's pretty confusing, so bear with me. Basically, subscriptions on Twitch give me money, right? But I have a full-time job. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't need all that money, right? Because it can get up there. If you get over like 100 subs, I mean, you're making like over $300, $400 a month. But like I said, I don't need that money. So what I do is I take that money and I turn it back into prize money for the league, auctions that people can bet on in our Discord server, and we have a thing called the token shop in our Discord server where you can actually like buy specific things if you save up enough of our virtual currency tokens. So the server level dictates how much those prizes are, right? Because I gotta be a little bit careful with it. I can't like give out $1,000 worth of prizes if Twitch is only making like 300, you know? So basically, as we get more subs, I give out more prize money. That's basically all it means. In our Discord server, it goes all into that. Holy cow! All at the same time. That's crazy. Battle Angel 2, thank you for 10 gifted subs.
Thank you.
Battle Angel 2, along with Head Family, has been carrying. And the Clown, thank you so much for another one on top of that. We got 2 bonus ones from Twitch. Everybody's going to be leaving here with the sub today. Thank you guys so much. So this was Misfits map pick, and Ragu is going to pick defense. So Misfits are going to be on attack first. Hyper Swiss Team Mode are going to get things started off with a kill on Densetsu. And that absolutely blasted our level 7 goal. So we have reached server level 7. Thanks to everybody who helped out today, like Jordan, Clown, and of course Battle Angel. Dropping 10 right there. And this one is feeling explosive so far. We are seeing lots of picks on both sides. It looks like Misfits are going to be able to get through the defense after taking a couple casualties. And they are exploding onto the next one. We're seeing some Ragu players I haven't seen yet. I'm going to go over it a little bit when we get to the lineups. I'll probably show the lineups at halftime of this match. But you might see some players on Ragu, you're like, I've never seen that username before. That's because this team is changing things up, getting ready for the next season. So excited for their next look. Misfits with the first point. Gonna get moving on the second one. I did not do lineups, Ghostly. I was explaining what the server level meant, but I will do them at halftime. Yeah, big thank you again to Battle Angel 2 for 10 gifted subs. That is absolutely phenomenal. That's half of a server level. Densetsu gonna get Kevin and then killed himself. Maybe it was the bomb. Arcanian in trouble. Hyper Swiss pushing them. Gonna be able to at least get the Reaper on their way out, but will be taken down. Hyper Swiss avoiding Densetsu's barrage there. So Ragu finally going to be able to take a deep breath as they get some of the Misfits down. But I swear this Misfits team looks better every single time I see them play. And now we're starting to see some ultimates. And I see Mr. Bustown playing for the Misfits. When I saw this looks cursed to me, because Mr. Bustown, they've been in the league since the beginning. They were one of the owners of our very first teams, Eclipse, and they've been on Eclipse for so long, and now they're just starting to branch out to other teams. It's cool that they found a home on Misfits. I'm just saying, to me, it looks a little cursed. Hyper Swiss gonna start the party off with a pick onto Queef Queen. Kirby Linky gonna blow up Arcanian. Kirby gonna get a double. Might be able to get a triple here. Just the DPS alive. Kirby been on this Ragu team since day 1, I believe. He stayed there for 4 seasons. What's up, Aspect? Thank you so much for that 5 stream streak. And since I don't stream very often, that basically means you've seen like the last 5 league streams, which is honestly pretty awesome, so thank you. Ragu finally getting some stability on this high ground part of the map. This is a difficult part of the map to get as attackers. But Ragu doing well, targeting the supports. I'm seeing them get the supports almost every single time to start the fights. It's also interesting seeing Kevin play support for Ragu. This is a player I've only seen play DPS for Ragu. They're actually like a Sombra main, I believe. So it's a little interesting seeing them on the Juno, but maybe Ragu just had a surplus of DPS players. Like, I know Hyper Swiss also plays DPS, but they're on support as well, so lots of heavy hitters on Ragu. Insetsu gonna try and go for the visor, not gonna get anything. Hamster gonna finish him off, but in the meantime, their Misfits teammates are gonna get 2. Arcanian getting a double there. Mr. Bustdown finding Kevin. And now, finally, Misfits are gonna be able to have some ground. Misfits really turning into a scary team in this league. Hold on, Twitch is telling me I earned something called a hype chest, and that sounds really cool, so I'm gonna click it, because I don't know what that means. Oh, it was an emoji. Okay. Carry on. Misfits knocking on the door, quite literally here, of the castle. We'll see if Ragu can send them away. We have some picks on both sides. Here comes the ult. Hamster gonna drop some hamster mines. And actually, that is gonna force back the Misfits. They are gonna be denied with just 3 meters left. Been fun seeing a ball player for Ragu, not the kind of tank I'm used to them playing. Like I said, couple new players here. Kirby in trouble with Mr. Bustdown on the high ground, going to be taken down, but the rest of Ragu really cleaning up here. And with 22 seconds on the clock, they could hold second here, which is a little bit surprising because first point was lost really quickly, but it's been a great hold on second. Probably this is better for a ball comp like they're running here. And with a couple more picks, Misfits gonna have just one more shot, but they are losing players quickly. Hamster going off. Kirby gonna blow up the last couple Misfits. And I thought Misfits, especially with the way they attacked that first point, they were just gonna have a field day with this. But they're gonna be stopped short of the castle gates. Wow, thank you everybody for a server, a hype train level 5. I'm gonna quickly get into the lineups for these two teams. Let's start with the home team today, Misfits. Swapping sides here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ragu now on the attack. All they gotta do is get second point. Like I said, this is such a difficult match for me to watch. I've spent a season with both these teams. In Season 1, I played for Ragu. Season 2, I didn't play for anybody. I took a break. Season 3, I came back and played for Misfits. And then Season 4, I'm not currently on a team. I might never be on a team again. I'm washed. And I don't want to drag anybody down. But when I see these teams, you know, they both have a lot of, you know, favor in my eyes. So it's difficult seeing them go up against each other. Ragu gonna get a double. And Hyper Swiss gonna get 2 right there, and they are gonna finish off the last couple players too, and they are gonna snag first point in record time, about as quickly as Misfits got it, if not quicker. Sadly for Ragu, no matter what they do here, they're not making the postseason. This is the last we're gonna see of this team until Season 5. Ragu, in my personal opinion, they had a rough time. They played every team in this division at its absolute best. And I think that continues right now. I think this is the best I'm seeing Misfits, like the best roster I'm seeing them play. Maybe. That's up for debate for sure. But Ragu, their opening match, they faced Phantoms back when Phantoms had players who are now on Division 1 teams and got destroyed. I mean, but they were really kind of out of their league there. Then they faced Olympians, who were just absolutely locked in. They faced Polar after Polar got a new owner and is basically a Division 1 team now. And now they're facing Misfits after Misfits has had a whole 2 seasons to gather this cracked roster. But they might be able to leave with at least 1 win. They've already got the first point. They just need to get the second one. And a big early start for them. Junior, I swear to God, dude. I'll be 6 feet in the grave before I'm a Celestial's water boy, bro. Come on now.
Let me help you with that.
Misfits, on the other hand, this match also doesn't matter for them. They have made the playoffs. Olympians are in the playoffs. Misfits are in the playoffs. And tomorrow, we're going to find out the last Division 2 playoff team. Phantoms and Polar are going to be going head-to-head. It doesn't matter the score of that match. The winner goes to the playoffs. The loser is out. Spicy on phrases, I don't know. Or Saturn. No, guys, I would only join a team that would actually need me. None of those teams need me. You guys are good. I might need to join Diamonds. I hear they need a support. I'll play it like my career on FIFA, you know. That'd be fun. So Misfits now, they gotta hold this high ground like Ragu did and just waste as much time as they possibly can. But the ball is very good. In this part of the map, Mr. Bust Down going to be dropping down, looking for something. Everybody from Ragu hiding. Oh, found a few. Not going to be able to finish either of them. Doing a lot of damage. Going to go down to Hampter. And with a couple picks on both sides, the Misfits still are not going to give up this payload. Ragu having a hard time getting rolling here. And now with just 2 minutes, you're starting to wonder, can Misfits do the same thing and just hold this forever? Andy is so dogged at the game. Andy plays Lucio, bro. I cannot play Lucio. I'm not going to be able to fill that spot for you. Two more early picks for the Misfits, and we're still throwing down mines, I guess. All right. Well, there's one. I mean, maybe it's not impossible. Hog switch also is a big factor here. When Arcanium's on the Ryan, not as able to duel this ball, but being able to just hook the ball whenever they want is really being a factor. And there's another opening pick. Misfits just opening pick after opening pick, and we're running out of time right now for Ragu. Three-month anniversary, Spicy. You've been sub for 3 months. Thanks, Connie. Yeah, I see you got that red tomato. I'm not sure if it was one of the gifts that went out or if you subscribed, but either way, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Ragu with less than a minute, and they've got to push this thing all the way there. They're not even really close. Hyper Swiss gonna go for Lucio out there. They've got to get rolling, but Mr. Bust Down at the perfect moment is gonna send a high noon. Might be taken out by Hampter, and will, but the damage might already be done. I'm not gonna lie, I thought, especially with that great hold, this one was over. Hampter doing their best. Hold on. It's a double kill. They've got Grim Reaper and Arcanian. Never mind, it's just Arcanian, and Ragu reinforcements are well on the way. Don't see 9 here now, guys. Okay, good. It's been a long time since we've seen a C9, so it's gonna happen at some point. Arcanian actually surviving. Oh, Kevin will not be, though. Kevin losing track of where the hog was, and that could spell disaster for Ragu. Going straight into the hog ult. Ragu with no ults of their own to try and work with. They're just in a pure 4v5. They need a pick. They've got a couple players low, but not finishing any of them off. Densetsu gonna drop the Molten Core, and it's gonna get 3, and it's gonna stop Ragu short of their goal. Misfits gonna get map number 1. The hamster is nice, right? It's fun watching a good ball. It is fun watching a good ball. Not quite as fun as watching a good Doomfist, but still fun. We're gonna get map 2 set up in just a moment, and we're gonna be right back. Misfits striking first in a very close match. Neither team getting second objective in Eichenwald. So at least we know we're in for a close one. Couple of subs. Delta Ace gonna become, or Delta Ace is gonna be how I'm gonna say it. Coming in for Kirby Linky on Ragu. For the Misfits, Grim is moving from support to tank, and Baylina is gonna be coming in for Arcanian. I'll just say Delta. I know it's Delta. I know it's Delta. I'm just thinking of the best way to pronounce it. I'll just call him Delta. All right, make sure you enter the raffle for map number 2. If this one ends here, we're gonna go straight into the next one, which is gonna be Saturn versus Guardians. That one is also gonna be huge. That one actually has stakes. The first 2 games we've watched today hasn't had stakes. Guardians versus Saturn does. If Guardians win that match, they're the 1 seed. And if they lose it, they have a chance to be knocked out of the playoffs, actually. It's going to come down to map differential if they lose between Angels, Celestials, and Guardians. So Guardians would love to win that one. They can still make playoffs if they don't. But they for sure make playoffs if they do, and they actually get the 1 seed. So stay tuned. That's going to be a big match for Division 4. Ragu picking the map. Misfits picking attack. And they are on their way. Grim Reaper going to match the ball. Everything's better with a set of balls. So this one is sure to be a lot of fun. Awful. Attempt at a joke, I apologize. But it's gonna be chaotic for sure. We've seen what Grim Reaper can do on this hero. We saw them play ball quite a bit for Eclipse in that emergency sub game where Eclipse actually ended up beating Legion. It was a very close one. Came down to all 5 maps. Delta gonna get a double. That should give Ragu some breathing room. Just gotta finish off Grim Reaper. Not an easy thing to do, ever. Trying to get Delta in the back, almost does.
Good to see you.
Ragu stabilizing again. Misfits pushing about 2/3 away the objective. If we win this, we take number 1 seed as well. Do you? No, you don't.
Area denial.
Olympians are 3-1, and you lost. So even if you're 3-1, Olympians have clinched the 1 seed. Nobody can take it from them.
Thanks.
Because guys got to remember, head-to-head is the first tiebreaker. Map differential's second. So if 2 teams have the same record, but one beat the other, then the team that beat the other is actually higher in the stakes. Ragu stabilizing well. Misfits have barely pushed this thing. Sorry, Ghostly. You're playing in the semifinals no matter what. It just depends on if it's Polar or Phantoms. That we don't know. So either is not going to be fun. So you guys are going to have to lock into that. I truly believe that the team that wins the semifinals in Division 2 is going to win it all. I think both teams, Misfits or whether it's Polar or Phantoms, will have a chance to beat DPS. Densetsu going to heat up a little bit, get a couple of picks. They also have Bob and Mercy alts. Torb going to try and spoil the party. Going to throw down the Molten Core from the window. And if Ragu stopped them here, Misfits might not get this point at all. Here they come. Delta and Densetsu going at it. Kevin going to get the opening pick for Ragu. Going to get Queef. 4v4. Ragu up, but Queef got rezzed. Hard to tell who's winning. Looks like a 3v3 at the moment. Still hard. Mr. Bustdown, though, has an ult. They could let it rip, and they are. It's going to get Hyper Swiss. And they're going to allow Hamster to go down as well. Delta tries to come back, but not going to be fast enough. Big ult for Mr. Bustdown is going to allow Misfits to snag the first objective. It came down to it, though. A great defense for Ragu to start this one. This team has not won a map all season, and they definitely deserve to. This is not a bad team. You know, no matter which team wins this match, I would like to see Ragu at least finish with a map. Yeah, I don't know for sure, Ghostly, but I do think Misfits have already clinched the number 2 seed. I think all that's left to decide for the playoffs for Division 2 is whether it's Polar or Phantoms in the 3 seed. Because you guys beat both those teams, right? So, yeah. Even if you're 2-2, you have head-to-head against both of them. Alright, Misfits now going to try and get rolling after getting that first point. Grim Reaper going to get one there. Delta Ace also going down, so both Ragu DPS down. They got to get a kill quick or they're going to lose second. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. So even after holding first for so long, second is going to evaporate in their hands. Misfits really starting to gain some momentum now. Headshot from Delta nearly took out the Ashe. And they're going to lose their tank once again. It'd be a shame for Ragu to not hold this for a little longer with how long they held that first point. See if they can lock in here, but the momentum is absolutely crazy for Misfits. They're already coming around the bend. Grim Reaper will go down, which should give them a little bit of breathing room. But not for long. All is going to be back in just a minute, you know? I feel so bad for Queef Queen. It seems like that's the first player Ragu dives every single time. I love the stamina, though, to keep up with it, you know? Rim flying in, gonna get a double, even with their Ana dead. Mr. Bustdown going for it. Ooh, narrowly surviving with 15 HP is gonna get Kevin, and now Ragu has 3 ults, and they want to make sure they use them before they die here. Not gonna be able to get that one off, just DPS ults. Gotta use them now.
This ends now.
To jumping on the payload. Gonna try and use the Cassidy ult for a little bit of spacing. Needs to hurry up and get on out of here. It could be big. Oh, just barely not gonna land. Just barely came off timer. Luckily, they do get to use the BAP window. But it is gonna be less than a minute on the time bank. Misfits pushing it in.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
It's hot in this house.
Initiating match.
Alright. Swapping sides. Ragu need to get this thing to the end of the map, or That's the end of their season. How are you doing? I'm doing all right, man. I am busy lately, to be honest with you. Adult life is hard. It's hard. I don't recommend it for those interested. I got a flat tire on the highway. Had to take that to the car shop and get that fixed. And then literally, not even a week later, 6 days later, a hurricane rolls in, literally blows one of my windows out. Just blows it out, like just gone. And I had to patch it up with cardboard, and I can't even find a company to fix it. And then literally that same day, I start finding these small flying like ant-looking bugs all over one of the rooms in my house, and now I'm worried I have like termites or something. Like, brother, I can't keep up with it. It's too much. You'll take over the streams, honestly, and I'm saying this honestly at this point. With 24 teams, we are probably getting to the point where I'm gonna have to look for other. I would look for probably pairs of people, like 2 people, that might need to cast some of these matches. So if anybody's sitting by and that might sound interesting to you, keep an eye out, because that might be a thing that happens. Face cams required? Maybe for one of the people. You could have one guy on the call though. I don't know. I haven't fleshed out the details, but 12 matches a week, especially if we're doing first to 3 for every match next season. Good God, bro. I just don't know where I'm gonna find the time for it. As much as I just wish I could do it all. I'd be happy to if I had the time. I don't know. Let me be a V2. That'd be funny. All right, Ragu possibly on their last round of their season. They are swapping over to attack. They need to get this thing to the end of the map. If they don't, ball game. Misfits go 3-1 on the season. Like I said, Misfits don't even need to win this game, and it seems like they still are trying to.
My ultimate is charged. Let's kick this off.
I know what you mean, Ari, but that's not my style. Every game's got to be streamed, you know. That's what makes it feel like that's what makes it have weight, you know. I know there's still weight to a match, but just knowing that people are watching you, I mean, that's what's exciting. At least for a lot of people. I know not for everybody. Being the main event. I don't want to take that away from players, you know. Streaming the codes doesn't have that same punch, you know. Spooky gonna get a double on the Reaper, and this could allow Ragu to try and get this point. They are gonna have to take out this pocketed Ashe. Almost do, but man, just not able to land the final blow. Kevin might get both. Nice, big play from Kevin. Delta coming in to help. Still got to deal with Grim Reaper, but man, they just can't keep these Misfits players dead enough before the reinforcements come. I know, right, Powder? Powder, you didn't see wrong. You didn't see wrong. To me, it feels cursed, but it's still cool to see. Trying to help you out? I can't, man. The passion's too high. Here comes a Mr. Bust Down Tire. Kevin knows exactly where it is, and they're going to be able to shut it down in time. Ragu has 5 ults. Honestly, just dump the ults. Get the point. I'll be your coach. There you go. Dump them. We got 2 more. Just dump them. Get the ball. Solo sig ult the ball. Just kill these guys. Okay, fine. They're going to be smart and hold on to 2 of their ults. And it's a dark, dark day as Hampter is no longer playing Hampter and is going to be swapping over to the Sig. But desperate times, you know, they call for desperate measures. probably wouldn't vote on commentators. What I would have people do is maybe I would like work with teams like for official scrims. If the teams didn't care, I would have like the casters like pretend a scrim was like an SOL game, and I'd see how they did. You know, they would stream it and everything. Because I mean, teams scrim each other all the time. You know, so why not just use that as like training material? There you go. Just an idea for the future. I don't know. You're funny, Junior. Read my username again, bro. That's all I gotta say. Ragu able to get that first point, and actually already on the second one. Both these teams went through second point insanely fast. Spooky gonna get a double. Unfortunately for Ragu, Grim Reaper is gonna be there to touch. They're gonna have to finish him off before reinforcements get there. They've got Flux. Okay, here we go. Flux is gonna come in, but is it gonna be enough? They do lose Hyper Swiss. Kevin's in desperate need over there. They're gonna get two, but man, Grim Reaper just doesn't die. Just doesn't die. What are we gonna do? And then it's long enough for reinforcements to come, so it's like no matter how many people Ragu kill, it's just Misfits are playing it too well. They're playing it too well. Delta does use the EMP, but unfortunately all their teammates are going to drop around them. Ragu has to regroup. They're not going to have any ults, but they need at least one more shot at it. Otherwise, this one's over. We'll see. Could be final fight. Like I said, it doesn't matter. Ragu isn't playing for anything except pride at this point, but it would be nice to see if we can get at least one map. "20 seconds is going to be the last chance. Spooky in trouble. Get some heals. No ults to work with either, and they're walking into 3. Oh my, it's not going to happen. It was a great effort. But the ult differential is just going to be too big. Actually, look at Spooky trying to will it into existence. Not going to be able to stay alive, though. It's just Delta and Hamter. Hamter goes down. Delta does get one. Not going to be able to touch. Two close maps. But it's going to be Misfits getting them both. And Misfits are your, I feel officially, are your 2 seed. Talk about a transformation. Misfits winning Division 3 last season. We didn't know how they would adjust to Division 2. And there's your answer.